Welcome back, JHigh students, to another online midweek. We're so excited about what we have in store this week. We even got Lance Millsaps bringing the word. But hey, last week I asked you guys to give me some different challenges. We got some here, and I loved this challenge so much. This is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna make a smoothie together, and I'm gonna try it. We got all kinds of different ingredients, so I want you to check this out, what we got in store. We got chocolate chip cookie dough, Cool Whip, peanut butter, all the way to syrup and Gatorade, frozen stuff. So let's put this stuff in a smoothie. Let's blend it up and let's try it. Here we go. This is like the sugar challenge. That's disgusting! Alright, you gotta take a look at this. Ugh. Alright, so here we go. Oh! Ugh, there's so many different flavors! Oh my goodness. I'm done. All right, guys. Thanks so much for the challenge. Stay tuned for Lance Millsaps as he brings the word. We love and miss you guys.
Thanks, Anthony. What's up, guys? It's been a while since we've been able to see each other, but I'm excited to be with you here today. And I don't know about you guys, but over the last 3 or 4 weeks, if we've found ourselves really just kind of digging into this quarantine and being a part of this and finding ourselves at home and not really being able to go anywhere, I've found myself asking this question, why, a lot. And really, it's just out of my own selfishness, honestly. And I've just been asking God, what is your purpose in all this? Lord, what is your purpose in having us in quarantine and having us miss school and having us stay home from work and all the things that were going on? And in all honesty, if I'm just being real honest with you, I've really just until this past week, I've seen all of this as just a big annoyance to me, because I miss my friends like you, and I miss going out to eat, and I miss high-fiving people when they're walking through the halls at church, and I miss playing basketball, and I miss just all the little things that we all miss. But as I've been thinking about this and as I've been looking at this and looking at it from this all wrong perspective, this past week in particular, the Lord really got my attention. And He really started to change my perspective on what's been happening in all of this. And it's really just been God is convicting my heart. And He said, Lance, you're just too comfortable. Lance, you've been relying on yourself for so long that I need you to start looking to me a little bit more and no longer relying on yourself, but I want you to rely on me. And as God was refining me in this, and as He was really convicting my heart and shaping me and molding me through this, I was taken back to the book of Habakkuk. And there's a story in here where the prophet Habakkuk is really a lot like us. He's crying out to God. He's complaining a little bit about the situation that he found himself in and his nation that he was in. And he says in Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 2, he says this, O Lord, how long shall I cry for help, and you will not hear me? Or I cry to you, and you will not save. Honestly, I get it. I mean, how many times have you found yourself crying out and complaining to God lately? Lord, how much longer do I have to stay in my house? Or how many more Zoom calls do I have to get on? How much more annoying could my little brother be right now? I just want to go to Chick-fil-A or maybe it's been a little bit more serious and you've said things like, how many more people have to lose their jobs or how many more people have to get sick? And these are very real questions and they're very real feelings that all of us are going through right now. But what the Lord responds to Habakkuk, to his cry, and what I think was a very real response, but it's also a very timely one for us. Because in verse 5, God responds to Habakkuk and he says this. He says, Habakkuk, I want you to look among the nations and see. I I want you to wonder and be astounded, for I am doing a work in your days that you would not believe even if you were told. It was as if God was telling Habakkuk, if you knew what I was doing right now, you wouldn't believe it. I'm on the throne, I'm still in control, and I am going to do something in your days so far greater than anything that you could ever imagine. So this week, when it came to being quarantined and it came being at home, God just really began to change my whole perspective. And I'm no longer asking the question why, but rather I'm asking God, what do you want to do through me during this time? God, how will you be given the glory? See, there's a lot of things that I don't understand in life. There are certain things that have happened or that happen every day that don't make sense to me. Like, I don't understand how every time that I do laundry, one sock is always missing. I don't understand it. I also don't understand how anyone could ever be a Duke fan. Look at these guys. They're ridiculous. They're the worst. And if you're one of them, I'm sorry. I don't understand how Aubrey would ever choose Adidas over Nike, but she still does it. I don't understand really people that have a very simple job who continue to look at this, guys. Is it the third floor? Is it the fourth floor? Literally, you had one job. There are some things I don't understand, but if I do understand one thing, and that's something that God has been teaching me through this, is that Jesus will always get the glory. And if there's anything that was ever my responsibility, it's to make the name of Jesus known. And right now, there has never been a time where more people are listening than what's going on right now. There's so much access to our social media, and there's so many people joining into that we have an opportunity to make the name of Jesus known unlike any other time in our lifetime. So I want to challenge you this next week to make the name of Jesus known. I want to encourage you to share your story of how Jesus has changed your life. And here's how I want you to do it. I want you in 60 seconds or less to create a video of you telling your testimony, your story of who you were before Jesus, how you came to know Jesus, and what your life has looked like since you came to know Jesus, how you are different today because of how Jesus has changed your life. And then the next step in this is I want you to have the boldness and the courage to take that video and post it onto your favorite social media platform. I want you to put it on your Snapchat or your Instagram or maybe even your TikTok and use the hashtag #MyStory. Because what's going to happen when you post this video is you're going to give the opportunity to hundreds, possibly thousands of people to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ through your story. And you may never know how many lives are impacted for eternity because they heard your story. And it will be a reminder for us to look back and be amazed of all that God was doing during this time, that He is doing something in our days that we would not have believed even if we were told. Because you never know who's going to hear that story, and their life will be changed for all eternity. Maybe it's your friend, maybe it's a family member that you never would have anticipated coming to know Christ, but because of what we're in right now, God is going to receive the glory. And as you are listening today, if you want to know more about who this Jesus is, this Jesus that is receiving the glory even through something like Corona, if you want to have a relationship with Him, let me just ask you to DM us at one of our social media platforms, on one of our Prestonwood students accounts, or even comment down below the word Jesus so a staff member can follow up with you this week. We love you. We're grateful for you. We can't wait to be together with you again soon. Y'all have a great week.
Meet Eggy. Eggy loves midweek. And seeing you tonight on the JHigh Midweek Zoom at 7 p.m. will make Eggy very happy. But if he doesn't see you there, Eggy will be very broken up. And we'd rather a happy Eggy, wouldn't we? So join us tonight at 7 p.m. for JHigh Midweek Zoom, because a happy Eggy is better than a broken Eggy.